Hello, it's Reviews Day Tuesday and it's time for a new episode of Discworld Discourses. Today I am going to be talking about A Hatful of Sky, which is the 32nd novel in the Discworld series by Terry Pratchett, first published in 2004. This is the second in the Tiffany Aching series for young adults, and it is set 2 years after the events of The We Free Men, and Tiffany is now 11 years old. She leaves her home on the chalk to go and become an apprentice witch to Miss Level, but things don't go exactly to plan because she is being pursued by a hiver which wants to take over her body. I'm really happy to be back with Tiffany. She is a fantastic character. She has many strengths but also many weaknesses, and it makes her such a fun character to read and to be in the mind of. She's a very endearing main character, and there are also lots of other fun characters to be found in this book, some of whom we have already met and some of whom we meet for the first time. For instance, the Knack-Mack Feagle, always a hoot and half with them, and Miss Tick and Miss Level, and all of Tiffany's new friends. It's fun to see her interact with people her own age, and also Granny Weatherwax. I love how much more Granny Weatherwax is in this book compared to the last. Her relationship with Tiffany is becoming increasingly interesting. The Knack-Mack Feagle are less present in this book than they were in The We Free Men. This could be a good or bad thing depending on how you feel about the Knack-Mack Feagle. I personally really enjoy the Knack-Mack Feagle, and I kind of missed them a bit when they weren't there in this book. And just generally I think I found this book slightly patchy. My attention and my enjoyment did fluctuate a bit over the course of reading it. There was quite a long time when the hiver was following Tiffany, so more of the focus was on Tiffany acclimatizing to her new surroundings, and I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed seeing how she coped with her new situation and her new role. And then, spoiler alert, Tiffany is taken over by the hiver and we have kind of bad Tiffany for a bit, and I didn't enjoy that bit so much. And then we had Tiffany fighting the hiver and coming to terms with what she did when she was taken over, which I really enjoyed. Just the whole final section of the book I loved so much. I kind of described the plot a little bit there, but I tried to stay vague, so hopefully I haven't spoiled much. There's a specific feel to the Tiffany Aching series, which I spoke about a bit in my review of The We Free Men. It felt less strong in this book, I guess mainly because we are away from the chalk for most of it, but it's still always there, and it just gives the Tiffany Aching series such a unique place within the Discworld. You can hear the accent, the cadence, the lilt, the tempo of the character's speech when you're reading. I love it so much. I don't get that in the rest of the Discworld series. I really enjoyed reading A Hatful of Sky. It's a quick, easy read, as you would expect from a young adult book. As I said before, the characters are fantastic. I do prefer The We Free Men a bit more, just due to missing the chalk and the Knack-Mack Feagle a bit, but we do have the added benefit of Granny Weatherwax in this book, and it is quite a big benefit. I will give A Hatful of Sky 4 out of 5, and I definitely recommend reading the Tiffany Aching series. It feels so unique within the Discworld series, and it's also quite comforting as well when you read it. If you enjoyed A Hatful of Sky, what should you read next? I would suggest Wintersmith, which is the next Tiffany Aching book, and if you didn't enjoy it so much, then maybe go to Going Postal, which is the next Discworld book, and it's also one of my favourites. Some facts about Hatful of Sky. This book is a sequel to the short story The Sea and Little Fishes, which is from 1998, and it introduces the annual Lancre witch trials. I haven't read this short story, so I'm going to try and find it if I can. As mentioned by Terry Pratchett in the author's note, the horse seems a lot like the Uffington White Horse, which is in our world in Oxfordshire. It dates from the Bronze Age, so sometime between 1380 and 550 BC. That is it for today. My next Discworld Discourses will be on the 19th of May, and I will be talking about Going Postal. Really looking forward to rereading this one. And the full list of Discworld books and when I'm planning on reviewing them will be linked in the description below. Let's move across to the end screen. If you'd like to see my latest video or some more Discworld Discourses, then you can do so below me here. And you can also subscribe to my channel or visit my website if you wish to beside me here. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you soon.